Hello everyone and welcome again to another live broadcast here in Young Philosophers. Today we're going to talk about virtual reality. We're going to discuss several themes about this topic and then we're going to make different opinions about this. We must say that virtual reality we think is real, that people don't make really difference between reality itself and virtual reality. So let's remember a single case, the cave, that is going to be told by my friend Vanessa.
Yeah, this myth was written by Plato and was contained in his book The Republic. It talked about these people who lived in a hole of the earth. They lived there and all they knew were the shadows projected by everything around. So the only thing they knew were those shadows, so they thought that was the reality. Now, we have to consider that then a man came out that cave and knew reality. So he was like, oh, I'm going to talk to my friends. So he came back, told his friends, but they didn't believe him just because it was like, no, all we know is shadows. So that was their virtual reality. It didn't exist, but they considered it as real. It was all they knew. So let's talk about nowadays virtual reality. What does it have to do with us?
Yes, well, I remember I saw this movie one day, and it was a futuristic movie. In that society, they were like, everybody had like computers at home, and they had a program, a software, which that you didn't need the computer. You had like a small device, a really small device, and also like an earphone. So in that earphone, you were listening to a voice of a girl's voice or maybe a boy.
You had the option to choose, right?
Exactly. So there was the life of a guy who was listening to the voice of a girl. So this girl on this computer also had like feelings, she was able to
develop
to show like the feelings and things like that and give opinions. And so at the some moment passed, and then he realized that he was in love with this voice, with this woman, as if it was real. So that was like really shocking.
What was the name of the movie?
Her.
Oh,
Yes,
I'm a CA. I'm going to see
I don't know, what about you?
Well, I have another example. For example, when we have little brothers and little sisters, they always see cartoons. For example, Goku. Goku is a cartoon about fight. For example, if Goku make a movement with fight with punch, the other kids want to be to punch, to fight, to make a lot of bad words. And why they why they make it?
Because they think they can do that in their lives, but
exactly.
that's not possible.
It's not possible. It's a virtual. This is the reality. What else?
I have another, like for example, people who watch La Rosa de Guadalupe, that TV show, that makes them believe that's like Mexican reality, right?
Yes.
So they're like, oh, drugs, and then you're gonna be this, but it's like, no, that's not reality. That's not our reality. So still they believe, but that's more like from the power, to keep people entertained with something, but not really good for them, not good for their development.
Like a center of people really believe.
Yeah, to capture their attention for something else rather than from reality. So they keep this reality and it's not good.
I think they use this to escape from the real thing they're living through.
Yeah.
So they
like
use these kind of TV shows.
And, the air, and it's like, I realized my life.
The white balls, everything.
Yeah.
So for a conclusion, we think that this is really like the things that are happening to us, and we're going to try to develop like a real conscience about this, because it's a real thing that people don't have any differences between virtual reality, like all this technology and computers.
Yeah, for example, Facebook, all those social
Twitter,
media. It's like
from the real thing that they're living, they're just trying to escape from that. So that's how we're going to try to develop, to
be
grow
aware of
this.
this.
Yes,
And to keep
Okay.
focused.
from the real thing that's are happening.
Also,
So
like youth have
yes,
to know about everything so you can make a vision.
we have to
And
help
you,
To
each
help other
other
people.
so we know about this topic that is really important. So thank you again to watching us, and we hope to see you soon again. Thank you.
bye.